I want to transition though into the industry in general because you started in Connecticut, you moved to Georgia. I started in Georgia. I moved to Colorado. There's so many different ways real estate transactions and the flow of things like markets are so different.
Mm,
I remember Atlanta being so different from 2 hours outside of Atlanta, like completely.
absolutely.
Georgia to Colorado is it's like night and day. So can you explain to people that may have only been in one market, what are some of the industry norms that you found accurate and some that you found false about any of the markets you've been in?
Um, I think one thing that kind of rings true is when the market is good, um, like the past few years, it's been hot. It becomes very difficult for agents to actually articulate a value proposition because inventory is low, homes move relatively quickly. Um, for a while, I always thought that if you were listing a house for sale, that someone in any location could list a home and get it sold, and that you didn't need to be that hyper local force. But I felt differently on the buyer side, where it's like you want to be able to educate the buyers about the immediate area and know exactly, as a local expert and guide, that they're getting into things that are going to fit their needs and lifestyles. I think over time, I've realized it's just like you really want every aspect of it to be hyper local and a specific niche where it's an area. One of the downsides, it's a two-sided coin of the teams. When it came to the teams, yes, they set appointments, but there was no specific area. So as far as greater Atlanta, which is a massive city because you're not gridlocked by water or anything on any side, I've probably sold a house in every town in a 50-mile radius of the city. That's a lot of driving, but it also means I know enough to be slightly dangerous in all areas, but not enough to be like a true expert and really service the clients. Um, and that's the past few years is what I've tried to move away from. Getting hyper local allows you to take back your time a little bit. You're not spending all day driving all over the city and chasing things around where you're not necessarily the best fit for a client. I think in the spirit of always being worried about where the next deal is coming from, I just spread myself too thin and chased too wide of a net. Where had I been a little bit more intentional and just kind of honed in on where I was, maybe I would have got the ball rolling a little faster.